I don't think anybody realizes how large the scale was. Helene came in on a Friday, stalled over top of the mountain region, and between the landslides, between the mudslides, between the flooding, and the earth just falling out from underneath people, it became a humongous event. My deployment came in on Thursday around 8 o'clock at night, and by 3 in the morning on Friday, we were on the road driving. We rode it out, actually drove through parts of it. I was still working at 3 a.m. Saturday trying to get people put into sleeping arrangements. I was deployed as part of the state IMT team, which was supposed to be liaisons between the shelters and the state EOC. However, when we arrived, it did not turn into quite as what it sounded like it was going to be. We arrived to a shelter that had about 20 cots put out, like not too long after the fact. The power went out, so then we lost connection to everything, and we did not have any kind of cell service, any kind of radios. We had nothing, no power, and we were told that we were the shelter of shelters, and we just needed to figure it out. So we just went to work. We didn't have food. The state supplies did not show up, so they were cut off and didn't make it to the location. Ended up roughly about 250 beds, but still, again, at 3 o'clock in the morning, we had 250 beds full and 150 still waiting. They were coming in soaking wet, right? So most of us went through our bags and handed out clothes, and it was like all we had. So there was really no time to think because it just didn't end. It just kept going and going and going. For a long time, we didn't even know what was happening. We didn't know how bad it was. At one point, we walked outside, I think on Saturday, and there was 2 55-gallon garbage cans out there just full of water. There's no time for ego, right? Like, one minute you might have to go unplug a toilet, and the next minute you're giving little kids a flashlight because that's gonna make them go to sleep. Complete the task and then just move on to the next. There's probably a lot of people disappointed that they didn't get to go. There's still a home front. We still have a community we have to serve. Everybody plays a role no matter where you're at. And just because you weren't in the vehicle going there and actually like boots on the ground and experiencing it and having that one-on-one connection, there were still a lot of people behind the scenes from different parts of the state that were impactful, that also did play an important role on the success. There was a lot of help. There's still a lot of help. There's a lot of grateful people, and there's a lot of people that have lost a ton, but I think we should all be grateful for what we have, and be a little bit more compassionate towards people.